I watched, what was it, the show Receiver, and Dan Campbell was featured in the final episode because of the receiver. I forgot his name. The guy out of USC. He's a good receiver. Forgot his name. He just got a contract too again. But sorry, my brain. Oh, we got a member, Riley Reese, becoming a member. Welcome to Raider Central Live. You are now a gangsta, and you get a free entry into the jersey giveaway at the end of the month. Thank you very much, Riley Reese, aka the Can Man. Um, there it is, Detroit Lion fan. Thank you so much, Detroit fan man. Amara Shayton Brown. He's a good receiver. Um, he was featured in the episode of Receiver, and I remember that playoff game where Dan Campbell should have went for it. You know, they always. I mean, they should have kicked the field goals, but he always went for it, like on fourth down, and they were leading in the game. And then believe it was the 49ers were able to come back, or whoever it was. And in my opinion, Dan Campbell made some major mistakes. Even though they went for it all year on those situations and he had belief in his team, he effed up. Playoffs are a different beast. During the regular season, it's all about the just win, baby. No pun intended for our Raiders. But he effed up. It's a different beast. You have to take on the head coaching role. You can believe in your team and give them all the swag and the pride and the poise. Again, a Raider quote. But the playoffs, you got to keep them in the game, and you got to get points where you can take it. So he made some mistakes as a coach. But overall, he brought a down and out team that hasn't won for many years, and in 3 years brought them that close to a Super Bowl. He was a player in the NFL. A, an amazing tight end, I believe he was, but he is a player's coach. And that's the same thing as Antonio Pierce. He is a player's coach. So I see a lot of similarities in Dan Campbell's journey with the Lions to that now starting with our Raiders. Dan Campbell, if this year he gets to the playoffs, I guarantee you he'll make some different choices. Publicly, he'll say, oh, yeah, we did it all the same way. But this year, he's going to kick field goals on certain moments to get the points. So that way, in the playoffs, oh, we did it all year. We kicked field goals. As opposed to going for it on fourth down and 3 or fourth down and 8 after all the penalties that they got in the playoffs. But I see Antonio Pierce starting the Dan Campbell journey. And I like Dan Campbell. I wanted that type of a coach on our team, and we got it last year. Now we have it this year. But I fear the veteran knowledge in critical games has still not officially been learned by either or Dan Campbell or Antonio Pierce of how to manage a game. Yes, Antonio Pierce will get better, and we are in good hands with a player's coach, and I hope he's going to lead us into the playoffs in the next years or two, if not this year, with a good defense like the Detroit Lions had as well. So I kind of see a similarity between Dan Campbell and Antonio Pierce in their journey. And if we end up in the playoffs like Dan Campbell did, it's a win. Even if we lose in that game, it's a win because Antonio Pierce would have took the Raiders from nothing to the playoffs in 2 to 3 years. But I still fear those moments in a game where he might make a mistake and cost us a Super Bowl. Sorry, Detroit Lions fans, that sucked. But I feel you, Detroit. I feel you. But you guys got a good coach. Hopefully, he learned from his mistakes. Same thing with Antonio Pierce. I hope Antonio Pierce leans on his staff to help him out this season. That's why I want a coach like Gruden to come in and mentor Antonio Pierce and help him out and teach him some stuff because I believe Antonio Pierce would be open to it. I love Antonio Pierce and I'm proud to have him on our team. And if he can be the next Dan Campbell, I'm all in. I'm all in. Just win, baby. All right. Let's